Hi, everyone. Welcome back to Lisa's Love and Light. Happy Thursday to you all. I know it's a little late, but it's been a crazy day for me today. I'm supposed to be on vacation, but it doesn't feel like it. So much going on. Uh, yeah. But I'm here as I stated, guys. I am here. So I hope you all had a great day. I hope all is well and everything is going well for you. And that these messages are helping you, that it's resonating with you and it's helping you with every, aspect of your life or whatever you're specifically going through. I appreciate you all and thank you for being here and showing up with me. I appreciate that so much. Um, so, guys, ugh, it's been like, I'm glad that heat is gone before I get into this topic of discussion. It was 104 degrees here 2 days ago. Hopefully that's over because it was too hot. So, whatever you're doing, stay in a cool place, drink a lot of liquids, and make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's so important. So, with that being said, keep in mind that I'm not a therapist, I'm not a social worker, and I'm not a counselor. I'm just someone who talks about the horrific experiences that I've gone through, and I talk about ways that I have become an overcomer because of it, which hasn't been easy, but it's well worth it because 5 years ago, I was in that place called the Dark Night of the Soul, and it was really horrific until I started to ask God to help me and make vows, and I keep those vows to this day. And I made a vow to not just help myself, but to help other people as I went through those trials and tribulations and I overcame them. And I talk here in this channel about what I've gone through and how I became an overcomer of all of it. So, guys, perhaps you'll hear something that might resonate with you and help you within your own situation as well. What I can say before beginning this topic of discussion: persevere, don't give up. Even when things look doom and gloom, ask God to help you. And as God see that you are putting forth the effort and you're taking steps, I promise you, I'm living proof of it, that He's going to be behind the scenes taking 2, 3, 4 steps on your behalf. And if you are doing this with good intentions, your intentions are pure, and you ask God for help as you continue to strive for it, He's going to help you, no doubt. And I'm living proof of that. Just don't give up on yourself. With that being said, guys, the topic of discussion today is called healing and making better decisions. Healing and making better decisions. As you start to heal and you feel better, you do better. As you feel better, you self care. That self care will turn into self love. So keep moving forward. You're going to have great days where you get up and feel like you can conquer the world. And then you're going to have those days where you don't even want to get out of bed. Those days you may not do as much, but know that you don't give up. Don't throw in a tower because you are worth it, guys. And it's important that you keep going forward. It doesn't matter if other people or a few others may not think you're worth it. That's okay. Um, Keep moving forward. And as you do so, you're going to see the progress. It may be slow, but I promise you, you will see the progress and you will be proud of yourself. Um, Healing leads you to strive for inner peace. That's where I am now. Before, I used to be getting upset, having I wouldn't even call them disagreements, but toxic situations with other people and engaging in it. When you allow yourself to engage in toxic situations with other people, then you bring that toxicity to your front door. What that means is you're carrying their burdens, things that don't belong to you. And I give those burdens to God. I'm not carrying other people's burdens. I even give my own to God so I can stay focused on this path and journey. So it's okay to say no sometimes. It's okay to set strong boundaries. And it's okay to put yourself first so that you can heal your mental and physical health because without that, guys, you can't do anything for yourself or anyone else. When you acquire inner peace, you want to keep it. You're not going to let anybody and anything get in the way of your peace, because it took you a long time to get there. You had to fight for it, through your perseverance and continuing to show up on yourself to take care of yourself. And then one day you just get up and you feel that inner peace. And I'm going to tell you guys, I was visiting a friend yesterday who I used to go to church with. And I haven't seen her in a while. And I was so happy to see her and her husband yesterday. And so I love stories. So I sat with them because I'm a busy person, but sometimes, I take time out of my schedule to just, visit with people who mean something to me. So I visit with her and, sat and ate with her and her husband. And they have been married for 65 years. And I'm like, wow, 65 years and they're still together. And one of the things that, as I listen intently to the both of them, in particular to her husband, because one of the things that he said is that he allows her to be herself. He doesn't, even when he met her, she was herself, a venturous person who likes to, go with her friends sometimes. And, he just let her be herself. He didn't try to change her or mold her into something else. He loved her as she was, and he allowed her to be herself. And they built up the trust, and they are still together. And I'm like, wow, that's amazing. Because I wanted to know, how did they keep the marriage together? And one of the primary things is he allows her to be herself. He trusts her. And when she go travel, he doesn't tell her you can't go or whatever. He just lets her be herself. And likewise, she does the same with him. Um, no ego tripping, because, some people want to be a parent to you instead of a spouse. I told you you can't go here. You can't do that. Sit down, do what I tell you. Those things to me are abusive. In a relationship, a committed, monogamous relationship where two people love each other, you just let that person be who they are and vice versa. Because I can't understand why someone would be attracted to someone, right? And they get in a relationship with them. And the person they met, they're trying to change and mold into something else. Well, if they wanted something else, why are they with this individual? Because especially if that person showed them who they were, right? This is who they are. Let's say, for example, that person likes to go, and this is just hypothetically, go dancing once a week with friends, or they like to go bowling with friends. And they, even though they're married now or with a significant other, why should they have to give up bowling or whatever? So you knew this person did these things before you got involved with them. Why would you try to change that to what you want it to be? And that's what I have issues with when it comes to relationships. I need to be me and not to be stagnated or a chokehold and threats of, well, you better do what I tell you because otherwise A, B, C, and D. And I went through that the first half of my life, guys, and it wasn't fun. It wasn't fun at all, and I struggled with that for a very long time. That's why I had to repeat so many lessons, because that is not only toxic, but so abusive. Because when you get into a relationship, it's supposed to enhance your life. We all have disagreements, but we have to find a common ground to be able to, negotiate, talk about it, not make threats, because a relationship is supposed to enhance your life, not bring hell to it. And people have choices. I know since I've been on this journey to heal, I've been making better choices as I start to heal, better decisions, better choices in my life, looking at things for what they really are, seeing behind the mask and not an illusion of what I think it should be, seeing people for who they truly are. As I continue to heal, I would welcome a love that would allow me to be myself, to be me, not trying to change me or mold me into something that they think I should be. Oh, you should do this. I guess that's why I'm the black sheep of the family, because everybody's got their opinion of how I should be, more like the family, more like A, B, C, and D. And my question out of all of this, why can't I be me? Don't suppress yourself to make somebody else comfortable. It's important to be yourself instead of trying to shrink who you are to fit somebody else. It's like buying a pair of shoes that don't fit, and you're going to twist your feet inside out, around and about, and it's never going to fit because it's the wrong size. And it's the same thing with people. When someone really loves you and care about you, whether it's a romantic setting or a family situation or a good friend, they would allow you to be yourself. And if someone wants you to change for their benefit, excuse me, guys, still suffering with some allergies, but if they try to change you and get you to be something else, that's a huge red flag and a question mark. And this is why I keep my distance and I set strong boundaries, because why can't I just be me? And why can't people just accept that? There's nothing wrong with that. Why do they want to, so that's people who have control issues and who just, so I'm talking about this because when he brought that to my attention, I said, this is amazing to me because a lot of this don't exist today. It's rare is what I'm saying. And when you have someone in your life who respects you, who loves you and allow you to be who you are, hold on to those individuals, whether it's a romantic relationship or a good friend or some family members, because that doesn't exist in the world we live in today. It does, but it's rare because majority of people are spending on toxicity. So, one of the things I've learned is to make better decisions because I was attracting a lot of narcissistic individuals. And because I've learned those lessons, remember, I always talk about people, circumstances, and situations come into our life for a reason, a season, or a lifetime, or a lesson. Well, the lessons I wasn't learning. So that wheel kept spinning and spinning, different characters or yeah, different characters, same scenario, and it was getting worse and worse until I learned them. And once I really truly learned the lesson, I was able to close those doors, and then thank God for helping me to do so. And then I was able to open up new doors, new people, new situations with people who really care about me, respect me, and people who really like what I'm doing and allow me to be me. And that's rare today, guys. But if you have that, hold on to that, you know. And if you have to close a few doors, when you close those doors, ask God to help you, to direct you into a new um, door, open up a new door with better people, better situations. Sometimes, what in my case, I had to let people go because they were not respecting the boundaries and they wasn't allowing me, more importantly, to be myself. They wanted me to be something that I wasn't. And I've already lived that first half of my life trying to put my foot in a shoe that never fits. So now I'm myself. And if you have to lose people, I know from experience that God opens up other doors, better situations, better people, better circumstances. And this is what I'm talking from proof. How do I say? I'm talking from experience of what I've experienced so far. But when you get to a point where you have peace, inner peace, you don't want the toxicity anymore. You don't want the drama. You don't want to be around the haters, and when the strong boundaries are disrespected, I just cut off, block, and delete. What I'm doing now That's different than before. I'm letting people know why they're getting blocked and why they're getting cut off before I actually do so. I had to do that early part of this week with someone I've known all my life, because they were in and out of my life and only there when they had a problem and they needed me to go help them do something. I'm not that Lisa Vaughn anymore. I'm not, whenever they want to be bothered and whenever they have a situation. It's one sided. If it's not an equal give or take, I don't want it. My peace, my healing, and tranquility is everything to me, and I'm not giving that up for anybody or any circumstances. Because healing is so important, guys. Because all this stuff, the toxic stuff, really affect your mind, your body, your health. And this is why I had to set boundaries and then cut off when it was necessary. So don't feel bad for doing so, guys. Your peace, your mental health means everything. And surround yourself with the beauty, the nature, outdoors, the beach. Go for a walk in nature. Take care of yourself. Do things for yourself on a daily basis, whether it's 2 hours a day, just to do the things that you enjoy that lift up your spirit, and take in as less toxicity as you can, because it's all over the place right now. But you don't have to be a part of it. I mean, we do need to know what's going on. However, we don't need to be engaging in toxicity and watching things of a toxic nature play out, because it will, if you continue to do that, it will affect your mind, your body, your health. So take care of yourself, guys, and don't forget to look in the mirror every day and tell yourself you are worth it, and make sure that what you're giving out and you're putting out, that you're getting that back in return. You don't have to settle for less. Always know your self-worth, and do things for your highest good. You don't have to tolerate abusive situations and disrespectful situations. That's the message today, guys. Go and take care of yourself. Put laughter on the plate as well, and do things to uplift your spirit instead of always, being around the toxic situations. That's the message today. Thank you for being here, guys, and you have a great evening. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, because, like, you see the time I'm on now. I could never give a specific time due to my schedule. So always, subscribe to the channel and have others to do so, so that you know when I'm here live and you can join me. Thank you again, guys. This is Lisa, shedding love and light. You guys have a good night, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye for now.